Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I am here for another bit of a play with the gesso and the tempera paints and my stencils and things to try and make some more backgrounds. If you joined me recently, we made those fantastic backgrounds using the beautiful black gesso. Let me just pull in the couple that I have left. Aren't they just so scrumptious? Yep, and as you can probably tell, I'm now hoarding these, which are ridiculous. So yes, I'm going to try and not hoard these. I don't know what's wrong with me. So yeah, but before I actually get into using these ones, I'm going to just put these to the side. So what I've done is I've brought along my stencils again, and I actually had forgotten that I'd ordered this one as well. So I've actually got another new one as well, because when I ordered them, I ordered about 4, I think. So I haven't even opened this one yet. So I thought that we could have a play with this one. Again, this is another Tempera stencil. Yeah, so I'm trying to see where the name is for this. Oh, I can't actually see a name. It may just go via the code. So it's KSTDQ35. So if I just show you that, you know, that maybe is the name of this. So yeah, anyway, I digress. So yep, what I've done, I've got some scraps of paper here. Now on the whole, they're the 8x8 scrapbook papers, just like I did in the last video, except for this one, which is you know, a sort of offcut from a 12x12. So it's nearly an 8x8, but it just has this weird shape at the side. And I've got my thick heavy gesso here. So I've gessoed all of these with thin gesso, just to kind of give them a priming, you know, a priming coat. And then what I'm going to do is exactly the same really method as we used for these, but using white gesso, because I was so excited with how these turned out, and I just love these so much that I just couldn't wait to come and play with the heavy white gesso and see how that looks. So let's get started. I'm just going to put these to one side so that we just work on, you know, one at a time. Shall we go for this one first, the one that I haven't opened yet? So I'll just open this up. Right, so I mean, this is kind of pretty much a full page stencil, kind of, you know, which I found this Tempera stencil really absolutely awesome to use. And very easy, the fact it covered the whole page. So I'm just going to kind of go for this more or less in its entirety. Now I hope that this black gesso is not going to come off on here, but let's give it a try. So I'm just going to take my white gesso here. Now obviously this is going to be sort of tricky from the point of view we can't really see that brilliantly because everything's white. But let's just have a look and see how it goes. Oh, I loved how those pages looked so much that I just thought, oh, I can't wait to come on and see how it looks with white. I mean, it might not look so good, to be honest, because I loved the dramatic look of that black gesso. Oh dear, now I've scraped black gesso all down the bottom of the page, which I don't think maybe is picked up on the camera because I think it's off the page, but okay. So like that. Let me just get my wet wipe so that I can just wipe this where I've kind of dabbed it off around the edges, and then I can hopefully go in again. What a gorgeous stencil. That is so yummy, isn't it? Oh, I just absolutely love that. Right, let me move that to the side. This is very messy. I know I've said this every time, but yeah, I'm clearly I have not perfected the art of not being messy with the gesso and the stencils yet. Well, I say yet, who knows, maybe I never will, to be honest. I probably won't. So I'm just going to go in with these little ones that I sort of cut, just to go around the edge of that page, so as I've got some detail going on around the edge. I don't want it kind of plain. So again, just get a little bit more of the gesso there. Sorry, I'm getting super messy. I do apologise. I find this type of thing very, very difficult to do without getting incredibly messy. So yeah, I do apologise, because I know not everybody appreciates the how messy I get, but yeah, I'm really sorry. Just some of these things, you know, they're just beyond me. How anyone does things like this without getting messy, I have no idea. I mean, if you have any any tips, then yeah, I'd love you to share them. Although, to be honest, I generally just find, you know, what works for one person doesn't necessarily work. So I know that lots of you have given me fantastic tips before, but, you know, if you're kind of predominantly quite a messy person, it may be that those kind of techniques and tips aren't necessarily going to be that, you know, successful. Right, I'm going to just put that to one side to dry. Okay, and then let me just try and clean up a little bit between. Okay, so hopefully the desk is slightly less messy. Hopefully I'm slightly less messy. Still a bit messy, but yeah, not too bad. So I'm going to go in with this one, which was that complete page stencil. I mean, I absolutely love this. Just see whether I've got it the right way up. It's hard to see. Let's put it this way. I think this is the right way. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, of course. It's, you know, so long as it's going to get some pattern onto the paper, that's good enough for me. You know, again, once you kind of then put the paint on the paper and, you know, use the paper kind of, you know, chances are either going to be torn down or have bits glued stuck onto it. You're not really going to even notice, you know, whether this was perfectly gessoed or not, to be honest. So, such a gorgeous stencil. I mean, this just is like up my street, to be honest. I mean, a bit like with the stamps. I mean, I love a flourish stamp, as you know. So for me, I mean, I just absolutely love a sort of swirly, flourishy stencil too. Right. Okay, sorry about that horrible noise. It's kind of hard to do this without, you know, without making a noise, to be honest. Okay. That's it. Oh my goodness, look at that stencil. I mean, I don't know how well that's showing up on camera, but oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. Oh, I love it. Really, 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 really love it. Okay, right, perhaps we'll have to do another one of these, because wow, I just really do love that stencil. Okay, right, sorry, probably seriously boring here now, just watching me stencil using the same stencil even, you know, not even mixing it up and using different ones, but just the same old stencil. So I do apologise if this is now a little bit tedious. In fact, I will do the other two stencils, you know, stop the film and do the other two, and then dry the gesso off and come back, so it's a bit less boring. Okay. Yeah, this one is definitely, out of, you know, the stencils that I've got, this one is definitely my favourite. I mean, I have bought quite a few stencils recently because, you know, I'm trying to do a bit more of the art journaling and be a bit more adventurous, getting into some mixed media and things like that. So, yeah, I have been buying more of this type of thing. But, wow, this particular stencil is just literally... I love it. I can't tell you how much I love it. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off now while I just quickly do the other couple of sheets. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back, and I mean the gesso is not quite dry, but it's pretty dry. So hopefully it's going to be dry enough to be able to continue on. So I've pulled out some more of the paints. Now, again, these are those Tempera paints by Arteza, and I was lucky enough to be gifted them by Arteza, and I have a discount code below for 10% off. These paints, I think they are called Tempera Tempera paints. I seem to have pronounced them all different ways over the course of a few videos. But the beauty about these paints is they are kind of wash-offable. Which means, obviously, you know, if you're kind of a bit like me and a bit new to the whole mixed media thing, we can then kind of alter and tone down the colours as, you know, as needed. I mean, this, for instance, it's really dark, it's really bright. But with the magic of a baby wipe, after it's dry, you can pretty much take it, I mean, you can pretty much take it right off completely, but you can certainly then dull it down to the sort of shade that you're wanting. So I'm just going to literally get cracking here, just putting some colours on. I mean, you can see that's, wow, really, really, really bright. So yeah, the chances are we're not going to really want to keep it that sort of shade. So I'm just going to kind of mix it in with some of these other colours. There's quite a few metallics in this set, which I love, you know, because I love using the metallics. And yeah, really kind of, they add a nice, you know, nice kind of touch, don't they? Wow, look at those jewelry type colours, aren't they beautiful? Right, let's just go in with our brush and just, you know, mix these paints up a little bit. Whoops, just going over the entire thing. Okay. Don't want to kind of mix them in completely, so I'm just going to kind of dab it in a bit like that. Okay, so that one, I'm going to just, whoops, pop that to one side and leave that to dry. I know you're thinking, wow, what a mess that looks. I'm hoping that by the time that we finish the video, it will no longer look such a mess. But, you know, stranger things have happened. Maybe it still will. Let me just clean my brush off with the wipe so that I don't have to keep washing it in between, you know, each sheet of paper, because that would be really annoying. And I'm just going to wipe the desk down. Okay, right. What colour shall we do the next one? Let's have a look. I've dug out a few more. Oops. Just reaching down to get them. They're on the floor behind me. Okay. Okay, right. Let's bring in the next one. So this is that gorgeous, Tempera stencil. So let's go for this. I've got this gorgeous red. So I mean, super, super bright. Wow, look at that. I'm trying to do different colours to what we did last time so that it's not just completely, you know, a rerun. I mean, obviously it's not going to be a rerun because we are using white gesso, but you know, I don't want it to just look kind of the same. So I'm trying to mix it up as best I can. Shall we have some gold on this, or do you think the bronze? Yeah, I think the bronze. The gold might just be really, whoa, really strange. Okay, right. Again, let's just go over. Love that red. So pretty, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Okay, right. Don't know how much that purple's showing, to be honest. It's kind of got washed away with the other colours, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, that's fine. We'll just leave this one down to the side now to dry. Oh my gosh, that looks just so scrumptious, I can't tell you. Right, let's just again wipe my brush a bit and wipe the desk. Okay, and then in a minute, obviously once I've painted them all, I'm going to go and dry them with my heat tool again, and then we can come back and hopefully that will be where the magic will happen. So let's bring in the next one. Okie dokie. Right, so I've got some turquoise. I've got that lovely metallic blue. Oops. What a gorgeous colour that is. Shall we just do a bit of white? And let's do a bit of gold in this one. I'm feeling it needs a little bit of gold on there. Okay, right. So again, oops, I should have really wiped my brush a little bit more, because it's still got quite a lot of the pink on it. Let me just wipe it again with my wipe, otherwise I'm going to end up with quite a pink look on this blue paper. Yeah, I should have really washed the brush, but it's just trying to be lazy really, and to save myself having to keep stopping and starting the video. Otherwise, you know what it's like, I'll end up running out of time and it'll be time to go and do the school run again. So yeah, just trying to avoid stopping and starting as much as I can. Oh, look at those colours. Oh, what a shame, I've now got red. Now got red in there. Well, yeah, I guess it was bound to happen, wasn't it? Okay. Love those colours. Aren't they so scrumptious? Let's try and dab that blue around. Okay, right. So that's another one that then I'm just going to leave to dry. Don't know whether I'm being much more heavy-handed with the paints this time. I feel like maybe I am. Although I'm hoping to put these videos up, you know, in order, i.e. one day and then the next day. For me, this has been a few days since I did the last one, so it's hard to remember exactly, you know, exactly how I did it. Right, just wipe the desk down a little bit. I just pull in a couple more colours. Oops. So let's go for some green, jewelly, you know, jewelly green ones. So again, bring in my paper. Right. Now this green, I've used this a couple of times doing the backgrounds. It's very dark, so I must kind of try and bear that in mind. Maybe not try and use quite so much of the green, but maybe team it with some white. And what do we think? Maybe some blue? Should we do some blue with it? Oops. And then maybe some gold as well. So okay. Do you see? I mean, that green is, I mean, I love it, but it's super, super bright, isn't it? I mean, there's kind of no coming back from that. When you put the brush into the green, it's quite dominant to everything else on the page. Okay. Yeah, I've kind of lost any of the blue now, which is a shame, isn't it? So let me just go in with a bit more blue. I don't know how this will work when I come to rub it off, the fact I've now put blue over the green. I don't know whether the blue will just wipe off and then leave the green underneath. You know, these are kind of new techniques for me, so we'll see together. Okay. Oh, I love how that looks, even just like that, to be honest. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Right, let's just move this to one side, and then we've just got one more left to do, and then I'm going to just go and dry them off. So right, okay, I can't be bothered to wash my brush at all, even with the wipe, so I'm just going to go in with yeah, some kind of similar colours, so I don't have to go and wash my brush at all. Just being super lazy, really. Let's go with the brown. Just wondering which one to do next. Can you hear that wind? My gosh, it's so windy out there. So windy. Okay, let's go with the blue. Okay. Oh, look at that colour. How beautiful is that colour? Ah, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to leave that, I think, like that. And she says as she carries on dipping into it. Okay, right. And then I'm just going to dry these off with my heat tool and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. It's actually a few days later for me, but obviously for you guys it will be all in the same video. So they're well and truly dry, you know, these lovely pages. I mean, I have to say, I'm quite loving how they look already. Look at that one. I just love those colours together. Oh, so pretty. Right, so let's get started and kind of trying to wipe some of these off to get a similar effect that we had when we were using the black gesso. So I'm just going to move the camera slightly, so hopefully I get, you know, everything in. Okay, so I'm just going in with my wet wipe and just literally wiping away the paint, just exactly as we did on the video where I had the black gesso as well. So, and we can take it back, like I say, as much or as little as we like. So hopefully get some really good, you know, tones going on and, you know, different colours going on. So let's just go in there where it's kind of thicker. I mean, how pretty is that colour? It's gorgeous, isn't it? And again, I can just kind of then go over that white gesso slightly more. So the white gesso is kind of standing out a bit better. I'm just going to go over these green bits especially first and then go to the other colours. Honestly, I just love these paints. They really are just like kind of magic, how they work. I love the fact that I can, you know, tone them right down. I mean, look at that. That's nearly wiped off. You know, or kind of keep them dark as I like. You know, like I say, I mean, for me, who's just kind of starting out on this kind of mixed media thing, these are just ideal because, of course, I'm not really very experienced in kind of gauging the right colour or, you know, getting the right colours. So this is awesome for me. So just going over like that, and then I'm just going to go down here. Might try and leave this a bit darker, maybe with those brown tones as well. Oh, doesn't that look lovely? Oh, I love how that looks. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. I mean, things never look quite the same on camera as they do in the flesh, and I always, you know, I wish that you guys were right here and you could really see how these look, because you know, I just fear that actually through the camera you don't really kind of see quite how lovely they look. But I mean, look at that. Oh, that just is so scrummy, isn't it? Yeah, really, really love that. So I'm going to just go in here, and then we've got those blue tones as well. So we'll see what that comes out like. So, okay. Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I love how this looks. I mean, obviously it's much less dramatic than the black gesso version. But, you know, you don't always want drama, do you? You know, sometimes it's nice to have a kind of more subtle kind of effect, which I guess this is what's, you know, what this one's giving, is a little bit more subtle. Oh, that's so pretty. I love these colours. They just look so gorgeous. Okay, we'll just go down here, and then just going to go in on this kind of blue side now. Okay, and then there as well. Okay. Oh, that's so pretty. I might leave this dark, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't, because to be honest, nothing else really is very dark on here, is it? So yeah, I should probably tone that down slightly more. Otherwise maybe it's a bit out of place there, but oh, it's scrumptious, isn't it? It really looks scrumptious. Okay, so that's the first one. Absolutely love how that looks. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, let me clean my fingers off a little bit. So I'm just going to put that to one side, and let's do the next one. So should we do this very blue one? Let's do this one now. Okay, so I mixed the blue one with the golds quite a lot. And actually after I switched the camera off, I did just kind of blend in the blue a little bit more. So, you know, so it's a little bit kind of more spread out. So let's just start here in this middle bit and just go round like that. Okay. Oh, so pretty. So, I mean, where I've obviously put that paint on quite thick, I'm having to rub it quite a bit to actually kind of, you know, move it about at all. But even though it is thick, I can still move it. I mean, you can probably see there, it is still perfectly, you know, perfectly movable. So it's, you know, it's pretty good stuff. Again, picking up beautiful colours here. Okay, we'll just go down here. Oh, it's so nice, isn't it? Oh, I love these colours. Okay. And then just going to kind of go over here and across over to those goldy type shades now. Try and sort of merge them in a little bit more. Again, I've got this where I obviously was very thick with the gold paint. But that's fine. Just kind of pressing it a little bit harder and going over it a bit more. And then it's just, you know, spreading out everywhere as well. So, yeah, really, really nice. And then just go down here. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? I don't know whether, again, I know I'm constantly saying this, I don't know how well the camera's picking this up, and I just really pray that it is, because it's so gorgeous. Here in the flesh, this looks so, so pretty. Gorgeous. Okay, so here then with this turquoisey type colour. Oh, look at it mixed with that gold and that blue. It just looks glorious, doesn't it? Really, really, really pretty. And then here where I've got this white, I'm just taking that blue across. And then again, it's kind of merging the white in and taking it down from being, you know, bright white to, well, to blending in a lot more with the rest of the colours. So again, just kind of go round here. Again, this is on quite thick, so I'm just rubbing it a bit more. I obviously was quite heavy-handed with the paint this time round. Yeah, I obviously got a little bit carried away with the paint and went on a lot thicker than, you know, when I did the black gesso version. I mean, it's still perfectly movable, but obviously just have to kind of rub it for a while longer. So, yeah, need to kind of be a bit gentler next time. So there we go. Well, not really gentler, but, you know, less heavy-handed with the amount of paint that I'm putting on. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? So, so pretty. Oh, I love how that looks. That's gorgeous. I can't actually see whether that was up the right way. I think it's probably meant to go this way up, to be honest. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. It looks so scrumptious. I mean, I love colours, and, you know, when you get these lovely pretty tones and kind of merge together, they just look so gorgeous. I mean, the only problem is, you know, as I found with that black one that I did, you know, with the black gesso, I'm then going to want to hoard these and not use them. Yeah, it is a problem. It is a problem. So here, I've still got the gesso, like, very covered up with the paint. So I'm going to try just very lightly, kind of going over the gesso more, but trying not to actually rub the paint off of the paper, if you see what I mean. So I'm just really not pressing at all, but just trying to keep it very much on the surface of that gesso instead. So like that. Okay. I mean, I haven't got it all off, but I mean, I've got some of it off, and you know, that's probably good enough, to be honest. Just take a bit off of here. Maybe this one. Maybe here. It's quite therapeutic, actually, rubbing this as well. Oh, I love that. That's so pretty. I mean, to be honest, you know, every time I do one, I think, ooh, you know, not sure which one I prefer. I mean, I love both of these. Not sure which one I do prefer. I think they're both turned out absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's put those to one side. We've got one more green one to do. So let's quickly do this green one. And then we've got these gorgeous shades here to do. So we'll stick with the kind of bluey greens first. And then we'll go over to the, you know, to the others. To the pinky jeweled kind of shades. So, yeah. So this green, I found in the one where I used the black gesso as well. I mean, it's very vibrant. It's very, you know, it's very green. So, yeah, it's probably one of the stronger colours out of the pack. I mean, I do love it. But, yeah, it's even when you're toning it down, it still is staying quite vibrant, if you see what I mean. I mean, it's way, way paler than it was, but it's still a vibrant shade of paler green, if that makes sense. So again, just going all over. Then I've got that bit of blue there, so I'm just going to kind of merge that in. Gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, I'm really pleased that I picked these particular paints because, you know, I was intrigued really with the whole concept of being wipe-offable. And I just thought that they would be quite handy for someone like myself who's just kind of learning and, you know, getting to grips with some of the techniques really. And yeah, they definitely haven't disappointed. They have been really, really brilliant. So yeah, I definitely made a wise choice with these paints. Right, I probably need a new wipe now, so I'm just going to quickly grab another wipe. I mean, I probably could do this with a cloth, you know, a cloth and some water, to be honest. I mean, personally, I've got the wipes sat here and just, you know, they're like a one-step process. I don't need to then muck about with water, but yeah, I suspect that water would be pretty good too. Okay. So, I mean, you can probably see now that I've got a fresh wipe that's obviously much wetter, the colour is coming off better from the gesso, if you see what I mean. Whereas the other wipe was sort of much drier, so the colour was staying on the gessoed parts a lot more. So it's, yeah, it's now cleaning it right off the gesso much more. Like that. Okay. Okay, and this little bit there. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. Okay, and then we've got this gold, so I'm going to try and do a bit of sort of smudgy with the gold. It's really nice as well that you've got this mix of the light metallic paints, which as well behave in the same way. You know, they also are wipe-offable, you know, which is really cool. Okay. Oh, I love that. I love the way it's really dark then here. That's really pretty. Okay, right, we just have this little corner here to do and then down here. So again, just kind of go around there. Okay. And I've got some blue. I've got this patch of green down here, so we'll just go down there. Oh, how scrumptious does this look? I love it. Now, I would say the only thing is with the green, and I have noticed this each time I've used that green, is, to be honest, the green is such an overpowering colour, it doesn't really necessarily blend and merge that brilliantly with other colours, if you see what I mean. I mean, I've got the blue here, I've got the gold, but I haven't overly rubbed those. If I were to rub them too much, I suspect they're going to disappear completely in amongst that green, because the green is so very strong. You know, so that's my only kind of observation really about the green, is it is quite, you know, quite strong, and tends to then just dominate the page and not overly blendable. But that's fine, because I absolutely love it. You know, I love that colour. It's gorgeous, just, you know, just being very, very green. Right, let's put that one to one side. Again, I'm just going to get another clean wipe, and let's go for one of these ones. So let's do this one first. So this one's obviously a lot paler than the other one. Oops, I've now got green on my hands, which is not great. So I suspect I'm going to have some green tinges on here. Okay. So, and all these pages, I can't remember whether I actually said at the beginning of the video, but I did gesso these pages first. So they are just literally old scrapbook papers. And then I just gessoed over them before doing the heavy stenciled gesso, and then of course the paint. So I don't know whether this would be, you know, merging and blending so well if it were just on the paper. But on the gessoed paper, obviously it's got a much better surface to be blended on. Okay. Oh, I don't know whether that, again, I don't know whether this is really picking up on camera. That looks so gorgeous. I really, really, really love how that looks. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Right, okay. Honestly, I just wish you guys were right here, because, I mean, until I watch this back, of course, I won't know really how much it's come out on camera or not. But I mean, in real life, you know, in the flesh, this is looking so awesome. I really love these shades and the tones of this. It just looks absolutely awesome. Yeah, I really hope this is coming out nicely on camera. Oh, love, 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 love this. Okay, so again, I've got quite heavy bits of the paint here, so just rubbing it a little bit more. Okay, and then just tone that down a bit and kind of blend that around a bit, and then, oh, that's just gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, right. So pretty. So pretty. And wow. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So, yep, again now thinking, oh, maybe this is my favourite now. Oh, that's just so scrumptious. Let me just bring it in. So I've got, oh, that gorgeous colour green. I have this. Oh, and these two. Aren't they just like heavenly? I love them so much. Right. Okay, I'm just going to bring in the last one, and we're just going to do this one. Can't wait for this one too, to be honest, because, you know, again, it's such very different colours to the others. Sorry, I've run out of wipes now, so I'm just going to put that to one side. Yeah, so very deep colours. It's hard to know what this is going to look like. So let's go in here. I can't remember whether we used any red on the ones that I did with the black gesso, to be honest. I mean, again, the red, you know, it's probably going to be a little bit similar to the green in that it's a very, very strong colour. You know, it might not be the best to blend. Okay. Oh, that's so lovely, isn't it? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Oh, that's so scrumptious. I mean, you know, hopefully you can really kind of see the difference between like this one where it's not been rubbed off and here. I mean, who would have thought that this would just transform into that? It just is, it's literally just like magic. It's so cool. So cool. Okay. And you do get, you know, a really nice variety of the colours too, which is great too. Okay. And then just here. That's so pretty, isn't it? And again, I've obviously mixed the metallic colours with the flat, you know, colours, which just look really lovely. You know, the kind of mixing of the two, because then it just has the odd patch, which is then metallic-y and, you know, looks kind of iridescent and, yeah, very, very pretty. So that's quite nice. Oh, look at that. How gorgeous. Okay. And this here, the purple, that was also a metallic, I think. Yeah. Okay. I mean, obviously it's quite heavy on the wipes because I have used an entire wipe per sheet. You know, mainly because actually the wipes, you know, once they've dried out a bit, they're not going to be so wipeable for the paint, as we found out just now on the green. You know, they weren't doing such a good job of wiping it as soon as they've gone a bit dry. So, you know, you're going to want to use pretty wet wipes. Oh, that's absolutely scrumptious, isn't it? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Right. Just go around here on the red. Oh, this is so fun, honestly. I mean, it's probably like watching paint dry, you know, for you guys. So I do apologise if this is just really tedious to watch. But honestly, in the flesh, this is really fun to do because it's one of those things, you know, where every stage that you come to, you're kind of thinking, oh no, I want to keep it like that. And then you wipe a bit more and think, oh, I want to keep it like that now. It's a bit one of those kinds of projects, you know, where every stage looks better than the last. Oh, that's so lovely, isn't it? I love how that looks. Right, just debating really, do I want to wipe any more of that kind of purpley type shade off, or shall I leave it there? I might just leave it there, to be honest. But I have got obviously one more wipe, so I'm just going to go over very lightly like that to try and take off a bit more of the gesso, the heavy gesso, to make it look a bit whiter, if that makes sense. Just really so it shows up a little bit more, because I can see it perfectly, you know, here in the flesh, but I don't know, again, you know, if on camera it's really showing up so well. So just going over with a very, you know, very wet wipe, because it's not been used so far, and you know, just super lightly, so it's taking off, you know, the very top surface, not really pressing into the deep background at all. Wow, that's so pretty, isn't it? Okay, absolutely love all of these pages. I have to say, you know, don't know which is my favourite. They're all just divine. Absolutely love them. So just like you know, with the black one, I'm going to come back and we will do one or two things with these beautiful pages and yeah, make some little bits from them. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun. Please don't forget that, you know, if you're loving these paints, then they are available on the Arteza website, and the discount code is also linked below, so do get that. You know, and if you click on the link, like I say, I will receive a small commission, but it's at no extra cost to yourselves. So yeah, have fun if you decide to check them out, and thank you so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.